commentators, fans across social media. And that's what everyone's done in this fight. The crowd is going to be absolutely incredible on Saturday night. The viewing figures are going to be absolutely incredible. And when you think it's a fight between a 7-0 and a 9-0, it's incredible to think about the hype and the interest that this fight has created. But it is because it's a great fight. It's a great fight between two very, very good young cruiserweights. You know, you have the power of Lawrence Okolie, you have the speed and the technical ability of Isaac Chamberlain coming together. People are talking about Okolie early or Chamberlain late. You know, how hard is Chamberlain going to be to hit? Can Chamberlain handle the power of Lawrence Okolie? So many questions going to be answered, and I just cannot wait for this fight on Saturday night. We're going to start with the trainers. Firstly, Ted, this is family for you, so obviously it's even more important than normal, and ready to go on Saturday night. I know you guys have had great sparring, great camp. You've been there before in big fights yourself. This is going to be electric on Saturday.
Yeah, glory to God first. And yeah, it's a good opportunity for Isaac for this fight. And we believe, I just want to confirm this, to change this to be Eddie. I keep hearing that people keep saying that Okolie in the first or second round, and Isaac later on. I don't think so, because nobody never experienced Isaac's power. Isaac has got so much power, so he's got everything together. We might as well call it Isaac first or two rounds. Okolie might go down for this fight, and then at the end, if he survives, then it's gonna have to be a later round.
How do you see the fight playing out tactically? I know you're not going to give your tactics away, but do you think both fighters can handle the pressure and stick to a game plan, or do you think the crowd, the atmosphere, the occasion will mean that may go out the window?
Isaac has been there before with Camacho. He's been there before. He tested it. You know, I don't think the pressure is more or less to Okolie. You know, I don't think he's been there. He's been an amateur. That's amateur. This is professional. This is the real thing, the real deal. So if you think that he can handle the pressure and the power and the speed of Isaac, there's something coming.
Finally, prediction for Saturday night. How does it all end?
I got two predictions. I can't do one. I think it might be early. Or if he survives, he's gonna end up 7 or 8.
But stoppage win?
Stoppages.
Brian, you get to feel that power every day. But you've been wanting to set Lawrence up for a while now, and this is big stuff.
Yeah, but when I first started training Lawrence, I said to him, I don't think there's no one on these shores that can beat you, and I still think that now. So fighting Isaac is not a problem for me at all.
Obviously, they've had a great camp, and Isaac's looking very sharp. What's the difficulties that Lawrence faces, and what's the problems that Isaac's going to have to face?
Right, well, when I look at Isaac, I don't look at what he does well, I look at what he doesn't do. And is it that he doesn't do it, or is it that he can't do it? So on Saturday, we'll find out. We'll find out if he can't do what he doesn't do.
Isaac, it's been a mad build-up to this fight. I've seen you almost grow in the build-up to this fight. This is what you want, isn't it? This is what being a fighter is all about, being the big nights, belts on the line, big domestic rivalries as well. A couple of days to go before that big moment when you both walk out of the O2.
Oh yeah, I'm really, really excited. I've prepared diligently in camp, you know, and I'm just rearing to go. You know, the talking is done. You know, I'm tired of talking. Certain other people just keep talking on social media about, Olympics, but you know what? This is different. You know, this is a professional game, and I'm ready. I'm surprised he ain't wear his Olympic tracksuit with him, because that's all he talks about. So, boy.
What are you going to do on Saturday night? What do you need to do to beat Lawrence Okolie? Do you need to box him? Do you need to turn it into a dogfight?
Win at all costs. Just win. That's all I'm prepared to do. That's my focus. Just win. Forget how it comes. I'm just going to win.
And finally, how important is it to you, not just for your career, but personally with your support that you're bringing and everybody tuning in? How important is this fight to win on Saturday night?
Oh yeah, very important. You know, a win could put both of our careers in massive stead, you know, and make both of us stars overnight, you know, and obviously Lawrence can come back after this defeat.
And I know I said finally, but I have to ask you as well. Prediction? Your coach Ted Bammy says it doesn't go the distance and you win by knockout. Do you feel the same way?
Well, there's always a plan A, plan B, plan C, whichever plan I have to use and adapt to get him out of there. I'll use. So it will definitely be a stoppage.
Lawrence, time is here for you as well. You haven't had those championship rounds yet, like Isaac has, and you're going up many, many levels on Saturday night, but you believe you're ready for action at the O2.
Yeah, it's all about believing in myself. Isaac's got people like Ted lying to him. He's got strength conditioning lying to him. He's got friends around him that aren't really friends lying to him. So over all that time, it's building them up to the point where you look at reality and then you have to look at just make believe. So the reality is Isaac and Ted talking about power, stoppages, so on and so forth. And then I actually look back and I watch Isaac's fights and I watch the reality of standing in front of me and I think, okay, he's taken X amount of rounds. Like his strategy to stop people is the same every single time, which is possum, get in there, they get tired, then he gets a stoppage. So I think that the problem with Isaac and Ted is that they're looking at what Lawrence, they're planning on winning this fight on what I don't do or I don't do well, if that makes sense. So it's not Isaac's so good, it's Lawrence is going to get tired late or Lawrence is going to make this mistake, that mistake. But really and truly, I'm going to get in there and I'm going to be the exact same way that I always am, which is ferocious and explosive early. So if Isaac's got power, we'll find out. If I've got power, we'll find out and we'll see who's going to be able to take whose shots and who isn't.
This feels a lot like another great domestic rivalry fight, Anthony Joshua against Dillian White at the O2. We just saw the game plan, everything go out the window, and it ended up being a street fight. Does that happen on Saturday, or is it important to keep your composure?
It depends how I feel in the change room, because I'm usually quite calm all the way up until I get to the change room, and then I make my mind up while we're in there. In terms of game plans, yeah, there's set stuff, you know what I mean? And we've watched a lot of what Chamberlain does, what Chamberlain doesn't do, when he does it, when he feels good, when he doesn't feel good, how he reacts when he gets hit with a shot, how he reacts when he hits people with a shot. So basically, I know Isaac probably better than Ted does, and I'm going to show it.
Do you believe that Isaac Chamberlain can take your power?
I don't personally think that many people can take my power. The question is, can I land? Yes. Will I land? Yes. But I'm not expected to go in there and hit him with the first punch him to go down, because he's shown mental fortitude time and time again. So I'm expecting a hard fight, but at the same time, I'm reminding everyone here, I'm a human being, same as Isaac. So the reality is, when I land, and it's probably going to be the right hand, like everyone knows, when I land with my right hand flush for the first time, we'll find out what's going to happen. Because what I believe is really going to happen, because Ted is talking a lot of rubbish, what's really going to happen is I'm going to get in there and I'm going to start hitting Isaac, and Isaac is going to go to the corner, and all the game plans that they thought about, Ted's going to be like, okay, this blah blah blah, get close, work the body, and Isaac's going to be thinking to himself, hold on a second, like I take punches when I'm making my way in there, oh it hurts, blah blah blah. So it's one thing to say levels professional boxing. One more thing I'm going to say about facts versus reality is that we talk about championship rounds, etc, etc. Isaac has been the championship rounds one time against Wadi Camacho, and it wasn't a very fit, composed performance. And what I will not allow to happen is that shut up, I'm talking.
You need to drink some water.
Listen,
you're talking a bit too much.
What I'm not going to allow to happen is the outside world to affect how the fight's really going to go, because the narrative of Isaac late, me early is complete nonsense, and you'll see why.
And finally, I asked those guys, Brian, how does the fight end on Saturday night?
If it goes past 3 rounds, he's done well. If it goes to 10 rounds, he's done very well.
Lawrence, stoppage win?
Yeah, 100% a stoppage win, 100%. But to be fair,
there we go.
I think that ending it in 1 or 2 rounds is a disappointment. Not only to myself and the fans, but because it's very easy to overcome, getting stopped in 1 round. What needs to happen is Isaac needs to be battered from 1 to maybe 8 rounds. That's how I see it.
Isaac, not in the game plan?
You talk too
Your
much.
game plan's not going to work. You're rubbish.
You just talk too much.
Your game plan's not going to work.
Look how you look like you didn't even train yesterday. What are you talking about?
Ted.
Why are you mentioning Ted's name?
Ted, I want to remind you something, Ted. You said, if Isaac doesn't stop me, you're going to quit boxing. And because of the way that you've come and approached it here today, I'm going to make sure you stick to that.
Listen, why are you calling my name for, man?
Ted.
You're not going to fight me. I retired about 10 years ago, man. You know, stop calling my name, brother. You know, talk to Isaac.
Okay. The talking is nearly done. And again, I can't wait for this fight. I want to just say one thing, because when two fighters who you work with come together at this stage in their career, put it all on the line, you know, both of you guys have a huge future in this sport. And I take my hat off to you, as everybody in boxing should do, everyone in this room should do, that you're taking the risks, you're taking the gamble to provide entertainment for the fans, try and give the fans the fights they want to see, and ultimately trying to move to the next level, because the winner of this fight goes on to become a real star in British boxing. The loser can be too, but the winner goes on this kind of stage to be a major player in the division. So good luck both of you, may the best man win. Thank you all so much. We're going to have head-to-heads up here now, and we'll see you at the weigh-in tomorrow at the O2 Arena.